What's up, Fantasy Freaks? It's Rob here, back for my Round 18 review. I had said I wasn't going to trade, but the injury curse continued and Harris was ruled out indefinitely. That meant I had to find someone. In my rush to find a suitable candidate, I landed on Curtis Morin. I saw he was posting some 30-pointers, and I figured he would be my cash out 1 week early. I traded in Barnett and then reversed it. Oh, the pain to see him rack up 100 plus points. I just knew that I wanted Haas and Yo, and I wouldn't be able to get them without a cash out option. I'll go over my trade decisions so far this year later in the video, and also go over some lessons learned. But back to Morin. So he did exactly what I wanted, posted a 30 plus score for basement price. The team ended on 824 points for a horrendous round rank of 67808. Overall rank is now back outside the top 10k at 12597, and I only have 10 players for round 19, so it ain't gonna get better anytime soon. Back to my round. Hines' captain was underwhelming with 52. A late try saved him. My VC and Hughes was no better with 46. King was 74 and Crichton was 73 and Garrick was 69 were the standouts. The lowlights were Sharp, who scored 11 off the bench, and Hands, who only managed 28. The rest of the squad was pretty average, and it showed in my round rank. Let's move on to the Injury Hall of Fame, where I've added some extra details. Maybe I cursed myself starting with 2 injured players in my round 1 squad, but I was banking on saving trades. This didn't eventuate, as by round 7 I had used 6 trades just for injuries, and I was carrying Cleary and Piakura as well. It was a horrendous start to the season. By round 12 I had made another 6 trades due to injury. Hines had a bad run of injuries this season. He was a late out in round 10, played 36 minutes in round 12, was out round 14, and is now out for round 19 to 26. Him and Cleary have been absolute disasters for my team this year. Grant and Harris have been just as bad, both being ruled out late, rested, and scoring trash. They were 2 proven keepers, blue chip players that crashed and burned my season. We can see I will have made a total of 16 trades due to injuries by round 20. That is almost 50%. So I cut myself some slack for how poor my rank is this year. Let's have a look at the league. I've moved back into 5th. Nearly everyone has used all their trades, which is a definite indication of the carnage we have faced this year. I'm 103 points behind 4th and 225 behind 3rd, so hopefully I can make a podium finish. Let's look at my trades this week. Trades. Who has trades? Not many, if any. Let's look at how my trades have gone so far this year. I've given myself a tick if I think the logic behind the trade was good, a minus if there was maybe a better option, and a cross if it was a bad trade. Looking through rounds 3 to 8, I think I was pretty successful with my trades. Bloor was the only marginal trade, and he hasn't kicked on as though I thought he would. Tohu, as mentioned, has been a massive flop. Round 11 was as bad as it gets in terms of trades. 3 out of 3 were bad. AFB was a shocker. 1 week in, and then he was out. He got short minutes, and then he got dropped. Harry Grant was a shocker, as I'll outline later. Cooler was also a bad trade. His job security was never great, and given the amount of trades used, he was a risk not worth taking. Trading out Fuller to Hands was not the right play, and I'll discuss this later also. Strange to Finu seems sideways, as Strange has performed really well. But I've been short on mid, so Finu was needed, but maybe I should have traded someone else. It is still too early to tell if Harris to Morin was the right decision. So that trade can't be judged in isolation, as it will enable me to get some more guns in round 20. As I record this, I realize that there was one other questionable trade out, Galvin. He is a stud. I think I got spooked and overreacted to his 1 week emission. But 28 good trades, 5 bad, and 3 indifferent isn't too bad, and I think bad luck has definitely played a major part in this year's performance. Let's have a look at my lessons learnt this year. Lesson number 1. Don't buy a player that has had 6 good scores in a row. Why? They'll be at peak price and they can only go down. I'm interested to see if this philosophy plays out with Mitch Barnett. Averaging 70 for last 6 and costing 807k. Let's see what he averages from here. I was the victim of this with Tohu Harris and Adam Fanua-Blake. Lesson number 2. Get the best players as early as possible. Don't worry about Origin. Next year I'll aim to have the top player in every position by round 6. You save trades in the long run by getting them in your team early. Spend trades on the fringe players. I was using this philosophy, but they kept getting injured, so that makes it very difficult. Number 3. In a split decision, go for points over value. I think I prioritize value over points too often every year. Perfect example was last trade. I had Barnett and then reversed to Morin. 70 plus point difference and 500k in the bank for 2 rounds. Try to get as much money on the park as possible when you can. Number 4. Don't trade out a player averaging 50 plus when you know they have a game in the next few weeks. I traded out Trey Fuller for Brendan Hands. Fuller went 52-55 for 107 points in round 16 and 17 and is playing round 19. Hands went 43-21-28 for 92 points. So I ended up with less points and one less trade, which I could have used this week. Finally, number 5. If there is a non-origin option performing just as well, then go for the non-origin player. I traded in Harry Grant in round 11, 2 rounds out from origin, and his scores per round are 66, 50, 0, 39, 41, 0, 0, 0 for 196. Marnie was the best option and has scored 54, 59, 53, 55, 0, 42, 78, 59 for 400 points. That's 204 points extra that I could have got. Here's how the team's looking for round 19. Team value 12.7 million, 501k in the bank. I've got Fafita as captain, Aitken as vice captain, Hands up top with Plath, Finu. We're missing a mid. We've got Lawton and Fafita in the edges. Got no halves with Hines and Hughes out. Iro and Aitken in centres, and Garrick, Sharp and Campbell at the back. Looking at my plans, got 8 trades remaining that I'll get for round 20. Shopping list Cleary, Yo, Haas and Ponga. Want to reduce the edges and gain mids to get the best squad balance. Hines to Cleary seems like a no-brainer. Bloor to Yo and Weeks to Haas. all three in round 20, I should still have 45k in the bank. Then the rest comes down to injuries. So in the yellow, I've got how my squad balance will look after the trades, which looks a lot better with 5 mids, 6 edges, 4 halves, 4 centres, and 5 wing fullbacks. So I've got a minimum of 2 cover in each position. That's it for this video. I'll see you guys next week, and hopefully the Maroons would have taken out game 3 and will be the champions.